Well, thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden. We begin on the weather tonight. And after weather so nice we did it thrice, there's some rain moving in tonight. Let's get right over to Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank for the latest on the forecast. Rach?
You're a poet and you don't even know it. Here we go. We've got the rain that has moved in already to parts of western Connecticut, including Danbury, Waterbury, maybe just a few sprinkles. Monroe is seeing some rain, and even Litchfield County as well. This rain will continue to move east, overspread this state tonight, and that's kind of the good news about it. The bulk of this rain will fall during a time that most people are in bed sleeping, but we are still dealing with some lingering rain heading into the morning commute tomorrow. So you will need to grab your umbrella on your way out the door. Temperatures will begin in the 40s tomorrow morning. I wanted to show you the odds of seeing rain tomorrow. Notice they're the highest in the early morning, and then the odds of seeing rain start to drop back. So it's a wet start to the day with some lingering showers. By noon, we're just cloudy. Temperatures are close to 50 degrees, and high temperatures tomorrow will be up to 10 degrees cooler than it was outside today, at least for inland Connecticut. Kind of similar for the shoreline, but cooler nonetheless. And then the chill sticks around. That's the thing. It looks like those cooler temperatures are going to be with us Friday right into this upcoming weekend. We'll talk about it. Your full forecast is coming up, Brent.
All right, Rachel, thank you. We have breaking news from Middletown now, where police are investigating a shooting near Cooley Avenue. Officers say there is no threat to the public. You are asked to avoid the area while detectives investigate, and we'll have more details later. And now to an update on breaking news we brought you yesterday. A Farmington man faces multiple gun charges after police say a 10-year-old boy shot himself with a gun left inside a car. 19-year-old Jordan Cruz of New Britain was arraigned today. He is charged with negligent storage of a firearm, illegal possession, and reckless endangerment. Police say the gun involved had no serial number. A judge set bond at $50,000, well below the $250,000 prosecutors requested. Cruz is due back in court on May 19th. Well, a man accused of sexually assaulting children at an Avon daycare earlier this month was back in court today. He now faces additional charges, including aggravated sexual assault and fourth-degree sexual assault. Fox 61's Alicia Hercules reports from Litchfield Superior Court.
These additional charges stems from further review of the surveillance footage at the daycare, in which officers identified 5 other victims. The attorney representing several of the families believes there could be many more victims.
It was never an isolated incident. We knew that from the beginning. It was part of a pattern and practice.
Eric Schoenberg is the attorney representing some of the families affected in the case. He says they're learning new details each day as more parents come forward.
We have a strong belief that there are a significant number of additional victims who have not had charges brought on their behalf. So
he says he's spoken with more than 70 families from the daycare. Prosecutors say they expect more charges to come as the investigation continues. John Carlos Barrios Otero is accused of sexually assaulting several children at a Bright Path daycare facility in Avon. During his court appearance, his attorney requested a mental health watch. Barrios Otero was also granted protective custody in jail to the displeasure of several of the parents in the courtroom. Schoenberg says this process has been a difficult one for the families.
For some families, it's the very beginnings of the healing process, but at the same time, it's difficult for other families who feel somewhat left behind at this point.
With the daycare set to close next month, he's encouraging any parents with concerns to reach out to him as soon as possible.
And I hope that the parents who are kind of frozen right now, which is a lot of them, who just don't know what to do, they reach out, because we can all help each other.
The judge also had Barrios Otero look over several protective orders for those involved in the case. Any violation of those protective orders could result in an additional 10 years in jail. In Torrington, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
Well, New London police say a multi-agency operation led to a major drug and gun bust this morning. Officers worked with state police, the ATF, and U.S. probation officers to conduct a home visit at an apartment on Bank Street. Police say they found narcotics, illegal firearms, ammunition, and drug paraphernalia inside. 43-year-old Nestor Pagan was arrested and now faces multiple charges, including possession of narcotics with intent to sell, operating a drug factory, criminal possession of a firearm, and possession of an assault weapon. A Coventry man is accused of running an illegal massage parlor and engaging in prostitution. Investigators say Min Han advertised his business as a massage parlor but did not have a massage therapist license through the State Department of Public Health. Detectives say Hahn discussed the services he provided with users in an online chat room and shared photos. Police say that investigation led them to believe sexual acts were being exchanged for money. Hahn is charged with prostitution and practicing massage therapy without a license. He is due in court May 12th. The state police are asking for your help identifying this person who they say broke into a home in Tolland. Investigators say the person was involved in a suspicious incident last week that included unlawful entry into the home. Now, police also say that same home was targeted in a separate burglary back in February. If you recognize this person or have any information about the case, you are asked to contact state police. And take a look at this new video of a smash and grab robbery from last Friday in Wethersfield. Police say 3 men walked into the K Jewelers on the Silestine Highway. Investigators say one stood watch as a lookout while the other 2 smashed glass display cases and stuffed jewelry into a bag. Police say the suspects then took off in a black Hyundai Elantra with dark tinted windows and no license plate. Officers are still searching for the thieves tonight. One city is cracking down on out-of-town vehicle registrations. Leaders in West Haven say the effort has already brought in hundreds of thousands of dollars. They say the program is helping to recover tax revenue that would otherwise be lost from residents who fail to register their vehicles in the city. Fox 61's Jamel Johnson shows us how much the program has helped West Haven so far.
It took a year to get the motor vehicle registration compliance program ready to go in West Haven. But since its launch, the city has seen significant success in catching those not paying West Haven vehicle taxes. So far, more than $300,000 of lost revenue has been recouped. The city works with Capital Tax Recovery of Berlin, a company specializing in finding unregistered out-of-city or out-of-state cars. In just about a year, they found more than 1,300 cases of missing tax revenue from around the city. After the company gathered data, Mayor Dorinda Boer said they followed it up by sending delinquent letters to car owners. That led to a large influx of people coming in to register their cars with the city. If the city didn't receive their registration after the letter was sent, they started to boot cars through the delinquent tax boot program, which netted them more than $500,000 in additional revenue. Mayor Boer says all of the money goes to investing back into the city's infrastructure, school system, and emergency response force.
First of all, we recognize people fall on hard times. And secondly, we recognize that there's a lot of logistics if you move to a city. So you want to avoid that at all costs, because now you come out of your house and you can't use your car. And again, we don't want to do that to folks. They may need to get to work or they might need transportation. But again, we can't provide those services without them paying us. Those are the rules, those are the laws, and we're going to follow them.
We asked dozens of people in West Haven how they felt about the vehicle registration compliance program. No one wanted to go on camera, but the common consensus seems to be people agree with the program and believe letting people not pay those vehicle taxes is unfair to those doing the right thing. In West Haven, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.
North Haven police say a man accused of stealing a car also fled from traffic stops twice and used that same stolen car in another theft. Police say 30-year-old Osvaldo Beard Beltran stole the car in March and admitted to it over the phone. Investigators say he drove away from a traffic stop and then used the same car in a theft in West Haven a month later before trying to flee again on I-91. He now faces multiple charges from both incidents. The interim chancellor of Connecticut state colleges and universities has resigned just days after being accused of violating policy. The Board of Regents says Ojan Maduko was placed on administrative leave last Thursday. Officials have not said exactly what he is accused of, but say the board is continuing to investigate. Now, Maduko took over last summer after former Chancellor Terrence Chang stepped down following findings from the state comptroller's office that he misused purchasing cards. General Counsel Karen Bufkin will now serve as acting chancellor while the search continues for a permanent leader. In our nation's capital tonight, the Office of Management and Budget called for urgency in Congress to pass a funding bill for the Department of Homeland Security. This also comes as the House inches closer to an agreement on how to fund the department. Chad Pergram has more from Capitol Hill.
The resolution is adopted. After hours of negotiations, the House green-lighted a framework to fund the Department of Homeland Security. The test vote also included steps toward reauthorizing the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, or FISA. It initially faced GOP opposition. Republicans Tim Burchett, Andy Biggs, and Harriet Hageman voted no at first. Anna Paulina Luna voted present.
So they took three of the most controversial, biggest issue bills and put them all together, which is a terrible idea.
Holdouts eventually fell in line with the rest of the party. The White House warns that funds for TSA from President Trump's executive order are running out. That could lead to more staffing issues at airports ahead of the busy summer travel season.
The Secret Service, the Coast Guard, FEMA, TSA at risk once again of not getting paychecks.
Many Democrats maintain they are open to legislation funding most of DHS, while working out new restrictions for ICE and CBP.
We have to make sure that we see the language on this and that it's all above board.
Republicans are still firm on funding the entire department. They cite the assassination attempt of President Trump at the White House Correspondents' Dinner over the weekend. The gunman shot a Secret Service agent, but the bullet lodged in a protective vest.
If you had a Secret Service agent who wasn't being paid, shot, point-blank range, what is their response to that?
It could take a few more weeks for the House and Senate to align on a bill to fund DHS. On Capitol Hill, Chad Pergram, Fox 61.